Okay, so tonight we're going to be doing Scenario 2 from Hell the Last Saga, the demo scenarios that are on Tabletop Simulator, and we're hoping to show a kind of difference between a camp scenario and an expedition scenario. So obviously it's been a while since I did my last one. Life gets in the way as it is, but now we're going to show the continuation of this story, which is a very short glimpse into the game, obviously, but enough to show us how it's going to play and some ideas that they're going to come up with. They came up with a fantastic, on the last update, it was literally yesterday, they came up with a fantastic little help sheet on the Kickstarter update. I'm going to be using that today to help me along, just to remind me. So I've got that on my phone, and I already recognised there was a mistake I made with healing. So the healer ability, yeah, you ignore blanks, but you also get an extra dice to roll in that healing action. And what's really cool to see, which kind of confirmed what I was talking about when I talked about my ideas about what Hell the Last Saga might give us in the future, is the idea that you can upgrade abilities, and they've used a lot of those abilities with an X after them, so the numbers are going to go up and you're going to be able to roll more and more dice. So like a healer 3 would be rolling 3 extra dice, which is pretty cool. So you'll be able to specialise your characters into specific roles, which will be really cool. Other than that, I think pretty much the same. We've got to remember the evading. So if in the same area and you're escaping from that, you take a wound. We must remember you must take a wound from that, which is quite important. Okay, and you can only move 1 space away. Okay, so let's have a little look around the board and see what we've got. So this is the camp scenario, and the point of the camp scenario is that you've got a static map. This map will never change in terms of its dimensions, I don't believe, in terms of its dimensions and the hexes and the positions of certain buildings. You will change this map, so you will start to build things around it and upgrade your homestead. And as I said in my general chat about the game, I think this might not be the only camp you have. So the camp that we kind of get started in this particular scenario, even though the scenario is going to change, they've already said that, I imagine that we're going to be moving to different parts of the island and setting up camps in different places. We can still use this camp board, per se, but I could be completely wrong there, of course. So we've got the board set up as the scenario mod on Tabletop Simulator does. It pre-generates everything for you, so it's ready to go. If we go over to the songbook, have a look at the previous page, and you can see that this has all been set up for us. So has the clan board. So the clan board has given us 9 morale, 2 food, and 2 wood. Oh, hang on. No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go again to the updates on Kickstarter, because they posted in Hell the Last Saga, they posted the solo rules for this particular scenario. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use that particular idea. Sorry, I'm going to have to find it. So it's slightly different resources. We get extra actions per heroes, and we don't have to play with. The most important thing is I don't have to play with 8 characters, because in this particular scenario, if we move on 1, you'll notice it's 8 playable heroes, as long as it's not Alvar. So that's what's really important, is that we have that. Just trying to find the update. I should have got this up for it. So apologies for this. Storage box. No, it wasn't that, was I'm hoping it's obvious. Otherwise, I don't think it's as far back as that. So it doesn't just say solo. Oh yes, it does. Yes, it does. So this is update 37 on the Kickstarter page, and it's set up in solo. Where are we looking? So we got the. Here we go. So let's add that to my photos. Add that to my photos. Add that to my photos. Okay. So I think I've added everything I need for the additions. Yep. So let's bring that up. Okay. So in solo, it's going to be very hard. I'll just show it to the camera. But this is straight from the update. I haven't got it on the screen. But it's going to be slightly different. So first things first, we go to this board, and we can see that we are going to get only 2 extra actions, not 3. But then each character is going to start with 2 extra actions each anyway, for every round. We've got 3 food, so an extra food, 4 wood, so an extra 2 wood, and 11 morale. So 2 more wood, 2 more morale, 1 more food. So let's go and grab those. So 1 more food, 2 more wood, and 2 more morale. So let's put those on the stack. And also I'll be able to show you how you can do a random draw. Because I was thinking about this, and I was thinking, you know, the threat tokens, it needs to be random. Now you're given the quantity of each pit, so the difficulty, I guess, of each of those. Right, that's all sorted now, so we're all good with that. But the threats change as well, I think. Yes, they do. So we need, so we'll go back over, in fact, if I do this, we'll go back over to here. Okay, right, so I need to grab these threats as well. They're on the board. And I will put them back, don't worry, so there will be threats on the board. So normally, what you can do in Tabletop Simulator is you can go to Objects, up here, and you've got these different components. These are kind of like built-in stuff, okay? So we've got components here. Then what we do is we want tools. I think it's either tools or miscellaneous. Let's have a look. So if I go, yeah, tools. You got a bag, okay? So we could put the bag down there, okay? For each of these random things we want. So by drag and drop. Now you've got counters. So let's say, for argument's sake, you want to count the amount of turns or something like that. I know you've got a turn counter on the board, but these are really quite cool because they can add in extra stuff. MP3 player, play the tunes. Now we'll flip all these, and then we can choose. We need 3 of these, so I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 of them, and 1, 3. So that's what it says we need. Then the big threats. So we're going to flip those. Oh, hang on. I don't want to give that away. Hold on. That doesn't make any sense. I think we'll keep them the same, to be honest. But again, I'm going to put them in. Oops. I'm going to put them in the bag to make sure that it's completely random. So this is how you can, and it's also really good for saving things. You can basically have save. Oops, you can basically have save bags. Oh, I know what I've done. I forgot to flip them back, didn't I? Okay. Whoops. Hang on. That's Whoops. Okay, so let's put those back in. And then what we do is you basically just give it a shuffle. So you press R while over it and it will shuffle the bag up. And then when you draw from the bag, it will be a random token. So let's put these over here. Let's lock them in place so I don't drag the bag across. And that's now got my random tokens, which I can place along the board. So we need to place 2 based on the setup. So just going back again. You see here, I think they've done that wrong, haven't they? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to trust what they've said with a particular thing. Because everything's a bit different. They may have changed this to balance it, perhaps. So I'm going to keep that the same. That's fine. But anyway, 2 threats, 1 on each corner, top corner. So we go to the board and we literally draw 1, put it here. Draw a second and put it here. Okay, moving on. We've set all that up. I've got some differences. Each hero starts with 1 wound, but as the game suggests, you're going to start the game with an extra action. Every character gets an extra action. Let me just bring it back up again. Right, 1 player manager, blah 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 blah. Narrative. So, we got 4 heroes instead of 8, and I've sorted all the rest of it out. The bookmarks have changed slightly, which hopefully will work. We'll soon find out. Yep. I think that was it. And as I say, you get 2 actions per hero. You get +1 action per round per hero. Okay. So, with that all in mind, let's read the story and we'll see what we're doing and what's happening, and this is effectively the scenario. Then we're going to choose our characters. Oh dear. Okay, so we're fingers crossed. Right, good. If you watched any of my other videos recently, this computer that I use is starting to give up on me recently. Right, excellent. So, we're still on Song 1, so if you like, that's still the same act, but now we're moving on to... Oh, really? Hang on. Colour Wheel of Death, that is, isn't it? Right, fingers crossed. Come on. Right, you take a quick look around. A deathly silence reigns, magnificent and grotesque. The dragon's head dominates, a sad guardian of a devastated and ransacked camp. Where old sailcloths and piles of empty boxes lie in heaps. Did Thor unleash his storms on these hilltops? Did famine and cold force your predecessors to abandon camp? Did those gestic... So many questions leap into your minds, while the detestable yelping of your pursuers slowly subsides in the gloomy light of this strange place. Might they not dare to come this far? Would they be frightened of the camp? Reassured, you survey the surrounding area, until you finally find a suitable landing place that will allow your longship to moor. One of you blows a horn with all their might, hoping that your companions will understand the message. After an unbearable wait, you finally see the silhouette of a ship approaching. Brandishing a torch, you signal your presence with sweeping gestures that finally allow the ship, after several complex maneuvers, to avoid the reefs, to dock. As you help your comrades to disembark, you are told that Alvar's condition has worsened. He swings between incoherent mumblings, screams of pain, and sudden loss of consciousness. Time is short. You must gather the most able-bodied among you to search the camp. Find food, light a fire worthy of the name to ward off the biting cold that is exacerbated by the wind. Tend to your wounded and perhaps find traces of your clan. So the 4 that we took last time, you'll see, is part of the non-playable heroes. So we can take Alvar, but we can't take the 4 that we took before. Now I've got to try and remember now. It was Dreng, Inglewood, the Madman, Gerulf, and we had to take Bergen, didn't we? We had to take Bergen, and Bergen. So we can't play those or Alvar. Anyone else is fine. So this is nice, because it gets you to be familiar with some different characters and get into the habit of what this game's going to be, which is not playing the same hero over and over again. Also, we are still trying to find traces of our clan, the previous expedition that came across the island. We did quite well last scenario, getting 2. I think it was 2 parts up. Yep. So moving up 2 parts on the Find Your Clan. But now we are gonna, because this is like the prologue, the demo mission, of course. Whoops. Whoa. Okay, I've got. Okay, sorry. So we still have to survive. What is going on? Oh, hang on. I'm not quite sure what's going on. This. Sorry about this. There we go. So we've still got to survive. So if our morale goes less than 3, or if it literally runs out, we're going to lose. The M is on this round 7 counter, so we've got 7 rounds to actually do this. Something's going to happen at the start of turn 3. We've got some threats on the board, which are very familiar. They're basically the same ones that were chasing us after us last time. We got 2 hostiles. We've got no boss this time, so no scarecrow to deal with. But we're also worrying about Alvar as well. Okay, we still got our fate deck, which is now new. You'll notice it says camp on it. So this is so each scenario will have its own fate deck, which will drive the narrative and keep it original. We've got 3 different prayers we can do down here. We've also got the bookmark, which what is going on? Hang on a second. This is not going so well. Let's rewind time and see if it'll help. So we've got the bookmark, which I will change using the photo from the solo version. It's not it's not a lot different, but there are some nuances linked to it. And then yeah, and we should be able to. What is going on? Okay, for some reason that doesn't look like. Okay, well, fingers crossed that'll sort it out. So. You'll notice here we've got Carry Alvar. So we know Alvar's really injured. He's on his last legs of his life. So an active hero in the same area as Alvar's token may perform the following action performed by a Valiance Test. Remember, Valiance is kind of like strength. Difficulty of 2. If we succeed, move in an adjacent area with Alvar's token, ignoring this area's entry cost. So even if you're trying to go into like difficult terrain, you can do that. So you're basically carrying Alvar. So we're going to need some pretty stocky guys to help carry Alvar around. The first time Alvar's token is located in the same area as the bonfire, we start to advance, heal Alvar, the objective marker, gain 2 morale. So that's our immediate objective, if you like. Okay, is to effectively get Alvar to the bonfire. I don't know why the movement is really, really dodgy. my panning, so I don't know what's going on there. So here's the bonfire area that we're talking about, that we need to get to, and here is our ship moored up with Alvar. So you can have up to 6 characters on a hex as a maximum. You can put... What is going on there? All this is... That might have been the reason. Oh, okay. There was some sort of recording thing came up. I'm not really sure what that was. Sorry. So, we've got this hex and this hex as our 2 different starting positions. And that's where we're going to put them. So let's go and find out who we're going to take. Now, we can't take Dreng, so we're going to need another fighter. And well, I'll tell you one person we are going to take, which is going to be Alvar's daughter, which we weren't allowed to take last time. She's possibly the strongest character in this starting situation, in this particular mod. And you will see what I'm talking about when we start playing the game. She's really, really strong. Oh, good. At least the panning's working now on the Tabletop Simulator. I'm not sure what happened there. She's got a familiar who's a really, really strong familiar as well. Oops, wrong button. And as I showed in the discussion video, all these familiars will have their own individual miniatures, which you'll be able to deploy around the board. So we've got Erica. She's really strong. We can't take Ingwild. We could do with some support. So let's maybe take Hemming. Remember, we're only going to take 4 instead of 8, so that's quite important. I think, with all this in mind, I think we need to take the Queen. She can help by giving other members, other heroes, extra abilities, extra actions, which can be really, really strong, especially as we've got +1 action anyway. I know it's going to be interesting to see how this plays, because I've not played it on these solo rules, so we will see. It's a good play test to see how it's going. Who else should we take? We can't take Bergen. Oh, Nor's really fun. So we're taking Petronia. I think we need another pretty... I'm thinking this one. I'm thinking he's got support. Yeah, let's take Thraldy, the blacksmith. So I think he could help being a bit more beefy. He's got a special ability, not familiar. And then finally, probably might head for Yorick. And the reason why is because he's very good with his perception. He also is never engaged and doesn't stop his move when he enters an area containing hostiles. So what am I trying to say? It doesn't take a ambush when he moves into an area with thing. Let's have a go with Yorick. I've not really used Yorick. That could be interesting. So we've got 2 fighty guys, and then well, a girl and a guy, and then we've got 2 kind of supports. We'll see how it goes. So they're my 4 characters. Let's have a little look and zoom in. So Erica has got, just look at these. Look at that stat line for starters. The strongest stat line out of the clan. 3 Valiance, not bad, above average. 4 Defense, above average by a lot. Agility 3, so this is above average. This means she can move 3 hexes, or got 3 movement points. She's got a Survival of 3, still a Perception of 2, and a Will of 2. She can also shoot 3. She can shoot from 3 hexes away, as long as she's not going through forest or impassable land. She's got accuracy, so when she does a ranged attack or hunt, she rolls an additional dice. She's got healing, so she's a healer. Roll an additional dice. I don't know how I missed that. And then also, when she ranged or attack, she gets... You roll... It's like an explosion. exploding dice. If you get one of these symbols on one of your dice, you get to roll an additional dice. And then she's got a amazing familiar that can be deployed up to 4 hexes away, has 4 perception, searches the area, and if Erica was in 3 and got line of sight, she gets a free ranged attack. Absolute crazy. Crazy. I know it's only 3 to start with, but you added dice onto that. It's 4 dice attack. Then you've got this ability. Also, if you read this, when Erica performs a ranged attack against a hostile in Otter's area, roll an additional dice. So she can basically be rolling 5 dice with a potential 6th dice. Absolute crazy stuff. Petrolia, the queen, has got the highest standing, so she's going to be our leader. She's got good perception and goodwill, which is what her things are. She's got okay defense, but her authority ability is fantastic. When you finished her activation, you just choose another hero who's not exhausted that's in the same hex, and they get an extra action. And she's got support, as we've seen before, re-rolling dice. Rolf can search the area and then attack, or attack and then search the area, or search its area, whichever you want to do. But when he's on the board, if threats, these lesser threats, if they go past, or hostiles, they have to stop in Rolf's area. It is 2 food to deploy Rolf, so there is that disadvantage. Frody, the blacksmith, good Valiance again, good defense, okay perception, the rest is pretty rubbish. But he has got protection, so rolls an extra dice in defense. And he's got frenzy, so again, like Dreng, can excess successes, can go on to additional enemies, hostiles. He's also got support, which is always good, but he also grants protection, so an extra dice in defense for all characters in his hex, which could be quite useful here. He's also got armor breaker, which is a free attack, reducing the hostiles' defense by 1. So with this, alongside frenzy, is a really good combo, and it only costs 1 morale. Yorick, the boy, has got a nice St. Bernard cert. He's 2s across the board, apart from the perception, which is why I've kind of brought him. He has got combat, so if he's in melee and he does a melee attack, he rolls 3 dice instead of 2. He also has shoot 2, which is always good, but he doesn't get the combat ability when he shoots 2. But he's never engaged and doesn't stop his move when he enters an area containing hostiles. So if you remember, if you're in the same area as a hostile, to leave that area you have to take 1 wound, and you can only move 1 area. You only have 1 movement point, basically. Whereas Yorick, that doesn't affect him at all. So hopefully he can get around the board finding out stuff. So that's the plan. Okay, now we need to deploy. So I think we're going to certainly put Frody next to Alvar to effectively carry Alvar first of all. And what we'll do is we'll have to go 2 actions for one of your characters, then 2 actions for another, 2 actions for another, 2 actions for another, and then you... Sorry, what am I talking about? No, you do 3 actions per character. So I think this is going to be a bit of a disadvantage in this particular scenario, because ultimately... Well, saying that... No, it actually doesn't say on this card. So I'm going to take this as it is, as what it's saying, that you can do this more than once. It doesn't say it can only be used once per person per turn or anything like that. So effectively, Frody could literally do Valiance Test, Valiance Test, Valiance Test, and get Alvar all the way to the bonfire in one go. He has to pass all those Valiance Tests, but there's a possibility. So he's definitely going there. Erica is definitely going... This is pretty clear cut, really. Erica's definitely going here. Yorick's going to go with her. And then Petrola is going to go back with Alvar. So it's not only is it good, it's quite thematic as well. That you got like the big burly Frody trying to carry Alvar to safety. You've got Petrola keeping by Alvar's side. You've got a hunters scouting ahead with Erica and Yorick as well. So we have now set up. Next thing we got to do is got to put a wound on each of our characters. Again, it doesn't matter. It's not going to mean that we lose that ability. So that's going on healing. That's going on support. That's going on support. And that one's going on combat. So we've got our wounds on. We're ready to get going. So next we need to give the leader token to Petrolia, who's got the highest standing, which is this number here. So she's our leader, and she's going to choose which scout. Now it kind of makes sense to just send Erica to kind of start doing some shenanigans over maybe here. That's probably going to be my worst area. We've got some saga tokens. We've got 4 saga tokens going around. Our immediate objective is to carry Alvar to the bonfire, so that's what I'm going to be attempting to do first. But I might well take Erica towards this area, maybe through H, and see what's kind of going on. So that's the kind of play. So I think we will go with Erica first. And then we can go with Frody and try and get Alvar up there. Although saying that, she's my second highest in Valence. So actually, I've switched my mind. We're going to go Frody first to just try and get him up to that area as best as we can. Okay, so we get +1 action per hero. Remember that. So turn 1, let's give these a shuffle, and let's see what our first fate card is. A Devouring Hunger. Doesn't sound good. Hampered by our actions. Drawing on your last resources to brave appalling conditions, you experience an overwhelming desire to devour the meagre provisions you have left to calm yourself. Famished, you turn to one who shouts the loudest, hoping that he or she will allow you this frugal comfort. The leader applies one of the following effects for each active hero, starting with the scout. Oh, what? Oh, applies one. Sorry. Didn't read that properly. Applies one of the following. So either suffers a wound or I'll have to spend 1 from the resource pool. This is painful. Then we're only going to get 1 resource, one action. Well, in this case, solo, 2 actions. This is painful. And then we'd have to spend food for an extra action. And we're going to already spawn a higher in B. What? No, we're not. No, we're not, because B's not on the board. There's only D on the board. Right, okay, so at least it's that. So we're not going to spawn an enemy. Right, we've got to make some decisions. So, Frody will take a wound, without a doubt. He has 3 of them to spare. He was going to put on protection. Yorick. Sorry, no, we go clockwise, don't we? Petrolia. How many food we got? 3 food, is that right? I could do with 1 to send the eagle. Oh, this is tough. She'll take a wound. You know what? Let's live on the edge. Everyone's going to take a wound. I think I need the food for resources. I know I've got a hunt over the other area. Yeah, I don't think it really matters where I put that one. I don't want to use my food up yet. Just going to check something in a minute. Okay, so when I hunt, I roll an additional dice. I'm going to be rolling 4 dice in a hunt action if I can get over to here. That's quite cool. Alright. So we have 2 actions per character. Let's get our activation cubes out next to our characters. No worries, Miha. That's the beauty of YouTube live streaming, is it's literally record, so you can watch it whenever you want. Right, okay. So we're all ready to get going, and Frody will go first. So we're going to try and do this carry Alvar. Remember, it's difficulty 2, and it's a Valiance Test. So we look at old Alvar, and he's got 4 in Valiance. He has got support from Petrolia. Yes, so he can re-roll one of these. It is a test. So just remember that pretty much everything's a test in this game. Okay, so we're looking for 2 successes. Frodi's just such a reliable legend. And he comes into here with the token, as it suggests on here. That's his first action. Then he's getting support from Yorick, so he'll try and do it as his second action. And he gets the 2 successes. So he hasn't that doesn't class as a move action. I haven't done a move action. This is a special action, carry Alvar. So he started to carry Alvar closer to the bonfire, which is good. Now I have a choice. I could spend a food and go again to get Alvar to the bonfire. Reveal this. Reveal the sort this out. I mean, a lot of stuff will happen if I do that. It sounds quite good. I do like the idea of that. Yeah, this may not be the best choice, but I'm going to use one of my 2 in the whole scenario +1 actions to try again and get Alvar to exactly where we need him to be. Please don't waste that one. Oh, yeah, 3 successes. Awesome. So, Frode has made it to bring Alvar to the bonfire. So first we're going to resolve I. So before I read that, we're going to use the modified bookmark. And I is number 25, which is the same. So in this case, this particular one is the same passage. So we want 25. Oh, sorry, and it's behind, obviously, because they've put all the passages together to stop you from realising what's kind of going on, and to save space, I guess, because it's all part of song 1. I don't know how it'll be in the actual real one, whether you'll go backwards, I don't know. While we wait for my super fast computer to get to 25. Oops. 25. Apart from the imposing tower that served as your landmark, and this partially collapsed longhouse, there is not much left of the camp that your predecessors set up. The overriding impression is one of ransacking and hasty desertion. There is not a single living soul left, nor a single dead body that could indicate that your clan has been held at bay by the savages you met. The last thought is almost reassuring. Perhaps your comrades have moved to a more hospitable place, and in that case, perhaps they left you a message. You search in vain through the scattered debris of the ruined building, but if you rekindle the hearth that is there, it could provide a warm makeshift shelter until further searches can be organised. So we need to put in play a special action card, Bonfire. So just like Carry Alvar was one of the special actions, this is another one. We're going to move Find Your Clan forward 1 space because we've obviously found evidence of what they're doing. So this is, by the way, in the Tabletop Simulator mod, 2 is 3 and 3 is 2. So where it says special action 3, that should say 2. So this is the bonfire, which is on the board. And it says, as an action, cost action, spend 2 wood resources and flip the token. Now, what we'll notice on here, if we don't do that, during the end phase, and it gives the action here as well, during the end phase, we're going to lose 2 morale, which is not good. We're going to move our Find the Clan marker on another space, so now we're on this space, which is good. And I believe that is Frodi finished. Oh, hang on, no, sorry. And now we do Alvar. So that was the Saga token, story token I. Now we move on to Alvar's, because he's now in the same area as the bonfire. We're going to heal Alvar objective marker forward 1 and get 2 morale. So let's move this on 1. To meet our objective, we need to get to here, it seems, and we could do with looking at finding our clan. So we need a couple of these. That didn't work. There we go. So we've got 13 morale. That's brilliant. We're going to lose 1 at the end of this round. We do have 4 wood, don't we? So we've got 2 rounds to be able to keep this bonfire lit. Right, throat is done. So now we move on to another character. I believe that's right, because normally what you do is you move to the player clockwise, the next player clockwise, and they activate one of their characters, and then that carries on and on. So, as I'm one player, I get to choose the character I want to activate next. Now, I might go with... No, you still only move once. That is the disadvantage about this, is you can still only move once. So maybe Petrola goes next and goes to here and gives Erica an extra action. Yorick will move into the bonfire and light the bonfire. That'll be his 2 actions. So yeah, I like that. So we're going to go with our leader, Petroleum. She's literally going to just move 1 out of her 2 that she's got. Then she could do something else. Could try and heal, I suppose. She's not a healer as such, only Erica's healer. But rather than doing nothing for her second action, yeah, she's going to attempt to heal herself. This could be bad, so hopefully I don't get a blank. No, I don't heal myself either. Then she's going to give her authority to Erica, so Erica will have 3 actions next, and we're going to go with her next. So it makes sense to send the eagle over here. This is there's no blocking terrain to there, so she can actually shoot from here. That's 3 hexes away, so that makes sense to me. And we haven't used any food yet, not from the starting fate card and not from deploying. So her first action is going to be to deploy, and she's going to deploy her eagle. Otter, is it? Yeah, Otter the eagle. We need to take one of our food away. Then it says, if we read Ottar's card, search the area for threats. If one hostile is revealed and visible by Eric, which she is, she can perform a free ranged attack on it. And Yorick, even better, Yorick and Petrolia have both got support, so she's definitely going to have support as well. So we've got a 3 perception on Otter the eagle, so that's going to be 3 dice rolling. Let's have a look on the board just in case there's extra. No, there's no symbol on the board, so it's a 2 success to reveal this threat. Let's see if it's the same threat that we were dealing with in scenario 1. You would presume so, but we'll have to see. Superb, Otter the eagle, just such a legend. So we reveal the threat, and it is 2 of these threats. So let's go over to the board and see what we've got. So this threat token now reveals this card, and it is the same vermin as before, with the same passage to read, which I will do. This passage here. So let's read passage 33. In the bushes, a constant rustling. So they really are men, or at least living examples of the most grotesque idol. Gesticulating in a pagan dance resembling martial training, they advance, spears and lances in hand, their faces hidden by masks with terrifying expressions. Muffled cackles get louder, and a malevolent glint pierces through the lifeless eyes of wooden faces they wear. So it's the same narrative thing describing these characters. And now they're not shooting, they only have a movement of 1. They got attack of 2 and a defense of 1. But there's 2 of them, so let's... oh no, I don't want that. So let's grab 2 of these. Same inches as before. Ooh, and put them over here. And now that... remember, Otter... if we go back to the board... So if we look at Otter, remember, we get to roll an additional dice against them. And it's a free ranged attack. So, she's got Valiance 3 dice. Accuracy gives her an extra dice. And Otter gives her another dice. That's 5 dice, 1 defense. I can't attack multiple... what am I trying to say? I can't attack multiple models with this 1 attack, but she could do an attack next. So we need a success. Basically, 1 success. And that'll do it. That'll do. So we take out one of the models. Now, the good news is Otter is still here. Otter is still here. Now, I believe this will go down next to the bag, and when I've run out of these 2, I will place any kind of revealed tokens back in the bag. I believe that's what happens. So, as Otter is still there. She's just going to do a normal attack. Again, we just need one success. That's absolutely fine, and the threats have now disappeared thanks to Otter and Erica, the super character. Oh, by the way, just to talk about religions, we got Christian with Erica, Christian with Petrolia, Norse with Frodi, and Christian with Yorick. So we're actually looking a lot with our Christian beliefs, and the prayer we have our penance, which is a free action, but suffer a wound to get a bonus dice. Not great for those particular characters, but never mind. Erica, perhaps. Right, she's done 2 actions of a 3, so she's going to go, as I said, to reveal this location. She's got 3 movement, so she could technically go to this area. She could take... No, let's go and see this first. She can always go here and hunt afterwards, I think. Although, the reason why I don't like that is because I don't think it's very efficient. More efficient is going here and then on our next round, literally getting food. I am going to do that actually. She's going to go over to oh no, she can't. She can't because of 2. She can't do that anyway. I didn't see that. That would cost 2 movement points. So she would only be able to get to here with 3 movement points anyway. So she will literally just go to here and let's resolve H. So looking back on my on this one, it's 186, which is the same as the normal bookmark. 186. You're at the foot of what, from afar, you thought was a dragon. While the entire camp is in ruins, this structure still stands proudly above the debris, and seems to have escaped the devastation. Those that came before you had worked hard to erect this tower using the wood of their drakar, proudly crowning it with the prow of their ship. The entire structure is covered with notches of poorly crafted figures carved in wood. When you slip inside this shelter, you discover a cascade of melted candles, a jumble of bones and bunches of dried plants, piled up in what was once an iron shield. As you wonder about this strange sanctuary, whispers seem to enter your mind. People have prayed here, begged and pleaded. An immense force seems to be concentrated in this place. Right, so this is really quite a strong, religious, strong area. This strong feel of force, religion. And that belief. So we're going to add 3 new prayers cards to the prayer deck. And we're going to move our clan, find our clan marker objective, forward 1 space. We're doing well with the clan, that's good. And these are the prayer cards. So we're going to get 3 new ones, effectively. Oops. Is there 2 cards there? Oh no. What am I doing? That's a Norse one. And the other Christian one that now we can get for our 3 characters. Perhaps this will be better. Each time a hero must spend 1 food, they may suffer 1 wound instead. Maybe a little bit of an opinion here is, instead of a lot of this text saying he, because it pretty much always says he, perhaps it should say they. Because we've got plenty of female heroes in this game, and it's a bit gender singular. So I think that perhaps needs to be changed to they, rather than he all the time. It's just an observation. Okay, that was her 3rd action. Erica is done, and she's used the authority from Petrolia. So Yorick is last, so he's going to go up to here for a movement action, and then he's going to light the bonfire. It's going to cost me 2 wood to do that, but it is essential that we do that so that we do not lose morale. At the end phase, we're just going to event phase. Sorry, we're just going to flip this. Okay. So I think that is the player phase over. So now we move on to the enemy phase, and we start with the threats. And threats move 1 to the closest hero. If we look at the priority target, the closest hero with the most wounds, highest in order, with a move of 1, shoot 1. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Most wounds they've all got 2 wounds. Highest standing is Petrolia, then who? Because this will determine the priority. So Erica's 5, Throdi's 8, so it's Throdi. This is really good. I didn't actually realise that. So this area is the priority and Throdi is the priority. So I can either put, because it's 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. I get to choose, do I put the token here or do I put it here? It'd be a bit silly to put it in a Saga token, just in case we have to do it. We don't want to suffer an ambush. So we're going to put the token here. It's not in range to attack, so that's all that happens. I didn't actually notice there's a little quarry token down there as well. Then we look to see what else happens. A quarry token in D. Nice. Wow. This area is flooded full of quarry, which is really nice for food. We've got 3 quarry tokens all around. Let's grab back our familiars. Let's flip the bonfire. And because we're on the end phase now, let's lose a morale. And that is end of turn 1. Pretty successful, pretty uneventful. Pretty happy. We found the bonfire. We found the start of our camp. We now need to make sure we keep the fire going. We do not want to lose 2 morale every turn. We have only 1 threat against us, which is great. And we've opened up a prayer site. So Petrolia can perhaps go there. In fact, she could. Petrolia can perhaps go there next and do a bit of praying, which would be good to the Christian Almighty God. Right, let's move on the turn marker to number 2. Let's decide from Petrolia who's going to be going first. And I think... who shall we go first? I think we will choose... Should we go with Erica and go and do some hunting? Yeah, we'll go with Erica for a bit of hunt. This is annoying me. I think what I will probably do, 1, 2, 3. I've got a clear route across to this. Yeah, I think we'll send Otter again. So yeah, we'll definitely go with Erica as the scout this time round. And hopefully she can take out the threat with Otter and go and hunt. We'll soon find out. Or maybe... Or... No. No, I've changed my mind, I think. Yes, I have changed my mind. Because I want Petrolia to give her the extra action, and she's going to go and pray, so it makes complete sense for Petrolia to go first. So with that in mind, we'll go with Throdi first, and we'll think of what to do with him when we come to it. Okay, let's see what our fate is for this particular turn. Scapegoat. Faced with the magnitude of the disaster, your leader loses her temper. You see what I'm saying? If it's just said your leader loses their temper, then in this case I'm in now, Petrolia's the female, that doesn't make sense. And takes it out on one of you, much to that person's astonishment. But admonitions are sometimes a good thing. The poor devil is much more energetic. Oh. The leader designates another active hero. They suffer 1 wound, but gain an extra action. Ooh, it has to be used this turn, but that's really strong. Who should we give that? My word, Petrolia's basically given people 2 extra actions. I got to suffer a wound though, so this is a no-brainer. Going to Erica, she can just do a heal. To be honest, she's going to take a wound. She has got a healing ability, and she has got space for another wound. So that's a kind of no-brainer, really. However, we again only have 1 action, but we can spend food to get extra actions. That's annoying, which means that when we go hunting, we will only have 1 extra action. I don't think I need the extra actions. We will soon find out. But before I do that, are we spawning? We're not spawning in D again, so that's nice. So no effect at the end zone either, so we're not losing morale that way. Cool. Right, so everyone has 2 actions apart from Erica, which has got 3 actions. Unless we want to spend food for an extra action up to a maximum of 1. it's Fraudy to go first. So what's the options here? He could barrel into here and take this threat as a ambush, but that's stupid because Erica's going to send Otto over to here to hopefully take out that threat. So, you know, there is a little bit of metagaming here. I've played this scenario before, so I kind of know some points that are important. As with any scenario at all, these Saga tokens are of utmost importance. We need to heal Alvar. That's pretty much dead cert. We need to kind of move things forward, as it were. Okay, so I think this will be quite important, and I think this will be quite important. So it's quite important to go. Now the only thing to make note is this is a 2 difficult terrain hex, so he can't get into this one. He can get into this one. Also, if you have a look on the board, it gives you little, I guess Easter eggs, little hints of things. Okay, because you can see this winding path with steps going up from the cliffs, and you have to go down to this cliff edge to get this quarry token. You also notice here it's very rocky here. It's a very rocky outcrop, and then here we've got trees, and we've got some evidence of chopped down trees around here, and we've got again some trees around here. There's a sinkhole here. We don't know what that is yet. Nothing's been said for that. So I think going here will be quite useful because we need to get some wood. We've only got one more turn with turning this bonfire on. So I think that's the important thing. So Fraudy is going to move to here. And let's see what Jay's going to be. So I'm going to again go on to my updated version. It says 114, which is the same. So there isn't much that is different. I think there's a couple that are different, but nothing yet. So 114. A few dozen trees have been felled at the edge of the forest. There is no doubt that this is the work of your clan. A rusty saw, partially embedded in a trunk, is further evidence of a hasty abandonment of the site. With a little determination, you can tackle these mighty fir trees that promise to burn rapidly and fiercely to keep you warm. Stepping back to assess the magnitude of the task ahead of you, you notice that you are walking on a bed of still fresh wood shavings. Someone has worked here recently. As you look for other clues, an intermittent whistling sound attracts your attention. A bottle attached to a branch sways gently in the wind. When you take it down, you notice a small scroll rolled up inside, requiring you to break the bottle to examine it. On it, a few lines in Latin, traced in charcoal. So, a couple of things are going to happen here. We're going to get special action card number 3, woodcutting, and gain the trophy 2. Remember, we got the trophy from last one, the spear, the javelin. So we would have had that now, to be honest, that we would be able to take to this particular scenario. But I should have done that actually. Here's woodcutting. So we get this token and we put it in this area. And now, as an action, an active hero in this area may perform the following action followed by a Valiance Test, which is a strength test. Gain as many wood as success tokens, and then flip this card. So we can only chop wood once per turn. That's cool. It's Valiance as well, like I didn't really know, but but yeah. Then we need trophy number 2, artifact number 2. So actually it is here. Cool. So we did have this, so I need to give this to someone. I'm going to give it to Fraudy. He would have had that. And in fact, in attack. So what's number 2 anyway? Right, this is another artifact, so another persistent item. And let's read this. Poo are full. Oh, poor fool. Poo are full. So this icon up here tells me it's one of 3 parts of this particular artifact. So there's going to be some other pages. This tells me the only person who can read this is someone from the Christian faith. And when someone from a Christian faith has this parchment, they can read 138. So Fraudy is Norse. He doesn't understand a piece of it. Maybe he would have used it for toilet paper, not really realising the importance, but he found it in a bottle in a jar and realises, actually, it's more important that we actually go to this. Right, we have finished resolving 114. So now we move on to Fraudy's second action, and you bet ya he's going to start lumberjacking and chopping some wood. So he's going to roll his Valiance. By the way, Dreng is an absolute beast at lumberjacking because he's got Loner. I think he rolls 7 dice and gets 1 wood for each success. So you can imagine the amount it gets. Now, when you receive resources, that's the clan's pool. So it's automatically you can use them. You don't have to carry them back to someone who's going to use the action on the bonfire, for example. Right, so let's go for a 4 dice only. Only a 4 dice. A 4 dice, no support or anything. Let's see what happens. 3. I will definitely take that. We get 3 bits of wood. So I've already got 1 over there. So there's your 3 bits of wood. Whoops, I'm nearly on the wrong pile. So now we got... no, that was 1, sorry. Plus the 2. I was going to say, what am I doing? Plus the 2 that we took away before. And we are on 5 wood. Looking a bit more healthy. But we do have to flip this token. We can no longer chop any wood. During the event phase, we will need to flip it back. Throri has finished, so we move on to Petrolia. Yep, Petrolia. She's going to move to the site. They are both Christian, so she's actually going to do a prayer action next. And you can see that this is a prayer site because of these symbols. Also, you can hide in it, which is pretty cool. So you get cover. As Erica is Christian by belief, she grants Petrolia a +1 automatic success while praying. So, which one do we want to go for? Do we want 1 wound to get an extra dice, or do we want every time... I think, judging by the 2 event cards we've had so far, I think this is more important to have food. So I'm going to go for a fast. I'm going to pray to fast, which means it's 3 successes, but with Erica giving us 1 success, we need 2. We could spend food to get automatic successes, which I might well do. But Petrolia's will is 3, so we're going to be rolling 3 dice. We're looking for 2 successes. Erica does not supply support, so it's literally whatever we get on these dice. And there's the 3. We got 3, so she did it anyway. So, as per normal, when you successfully pray, you get this benefit to the belief for anyone who has Christian faith, which is everyone apart from Throdi. So now, whenever we have to spend food, we can suffer a wound instead. So that could become useful. Now she's finished, she does her authority to give Erica another action. So now she's got 4 actions, which is pretty awesome. And why not, let's just go with Erica next. So she's going to spend a food. I've only got 1 food left to deploy Otter again over to this threat. Otter's going to do a 3 dice perception. Oh, I didn't read. Yeah, no, we're okay. If the threat was here, it's 3 successes, but it's not shown, so it's just 2. And let's see what we get. We're looking for 2 successes. Nice, Otter never fails. We've got 3 enemies. Ooh dear, that's not good. But that was good that I didn't get ambushed with Throdi, because that would have cost me... The only unfortunate thing is Throdi is now susceptible to get attacked by a lot. So where I was going to hunt before, I might need to spend my actions to just attack these, just to get rid of them. Yeah, that might actually have to happen. So we've got our 3 here. So let's spend our free action to attack. I've just noticed that the javelin gives... I'll shoot 1. So we're doing a shoot 3 with accuracy, so that's going to be 4, plus Otter's extra dice is 5. And again, we just need 1 success. Their defense, they're very weak, the vermin. Their defense is only 1. Okay, here we go. 1, we're looking for 1. We can't frenzy out. Oh my god, just about. Oh, hang on, which I've completely forgot. I forgot about her ability. Not that I need to at this point, but if you look here, if I roll one of these symbols, I get to roll another dice on top of this. I only needed one success, so that's fine. I don't need to in this case, but if I needed to, that's really important. Right, that's the first action. Remember, she's got 4 actions. Second action is to attack. Absolute overkill. And third action, I will attack again. While I've got Otter deployed, it'd be stupid not to. So that's the threat's completely gone. I think that was important. And her last action will be to move into to get this quote. No, actually, I'm going to move into the further one because this one's going to be easier to get for other people. Ready for next turn to do the hunt. I don't think. Actually, I'm going to spend a food to do this. To do a 5th action, believe it or not, a 5th action, and she's used this, by the way. A 5th action to do a hunt. So the great news is, I get the accuracy, which is cool. So I get survival +1, and I still get this exploding dice. So I'm going to roll 4 dice, and if I get a snake thing, I get to get another one as well. Come on. There's the snake, so let's roll 1 more dice. So we got 3. Wasn't that great, that could have been much better. But it'll give us some food for now. I can always go and hunt again. It's not a problem. So she's done that, and then obviously once you have hunted, you've got to remove the hunt token. The quarry token, sorry. That's Erica done. She's so good, as you're finding out now. Yorick is last to go. Obviously, we're going to spend the 2 wood to flip this. That's essential. As his first action, I'm going to put the 2 on there because then I can just take them each time. He has got another action. I think he's going to make his way to K. So let's move him there. He can't quite make it. He has only 2 agility, so he can only have 2 movement points, and that will require 3. So he's moving there, ready for next turn to move into K and see what that's about. Right, that was pretty successful. We cleared the board. We got some wood. We've got the bonfire lit. We've prayed and got some ability. Instead of using food, we can now effectively use wounds. Then we would do hostile phase. There are no hostiles on board. The spawn point A does not exist, and there are no end effects. So a pretty successful turn, if I don't mind saying so myself. Maybe it's a bit overpowered solo, I don't know. Flip that one back, flip that one back, and we are ready for round 3. So by moving, you move the counter first of all, so we need to resolve a saga, which is L. Is that any different in the updated bookmark? L is 295. Yes! Right. Here, oh no, it's not. 20. Yeah, it's different. It's 205. In the normal one, it's 210. If you have a look. So in this one, L is 210. It's 205. Hopefully 205 is in the book. That'll be bad. Oh no! Okay, so in this Tabletop Simulator mod, they don't have the solo specific stuff. So we're just going to go to... Hang on, was that one of the ones they released? 205. No. Never mind. Okay, we're going to have to read 210 instead. Never mind. The pests that were... So that this may not scale towards what we're doing, but we'll see. The pests that were amassing at the edge of the forest suddenly cease their maneuvers. One of them barks, brandishing his fist in the direction of the camp, which causes the disorderly flight of his fellow creatures, who disappear into the woods from whence they came. Astounded, you realise that it's fear that is causing them to run away, but a shiver runs down your spine when you realise that you are not the reason for their fear. An agonising death rattle rises in the air. Alvar, on the point of death, is convulsed with violent spasms and begins to scream. "They are here! The spirits that haunt me! They are coming to take me away!" His staring eyes roll back and then disappear beneath his lids. You stand alert, scanning the mist that appears on the edge of the camp as a flock of crows settles on the idols that top the wooden tower. They are now watching the camp, clacking their beaks in unison like a morbid serenade. So stuff's changed. Remove all threats from the board. Oh dear, there are no threats because I've removed them all. Remove threat card 2. Reveal threat card 3. Place totems A and B in locations shown. So if we have a little look, if we zoom right into these, it's quite hard to see, but that says an A, and that top one is a B. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Place B on totem. See, even though I've played the scenario about 3 times, I forgot about this. Okay, right, let's start doing this. So, threat card 2 disappears. Threat card 2 disappears, which is this one here. And this one is now revealed. This strange threat, which was happening. Totems A and B go into their respective places. So totems A. And this is going to be a real disaster because look who's on B. They're going to get ambushed immediately. With this threat token. No! Well, let's do it. So, we reveal from the bag. This would be the threat. At any point, when a character is in the same hex as a threat token, you reveal it. And you take the ambush of 2 wounds. Oof, that's painful. I think we might need to keep her heal ability. I don't believe you're able to heal if there is an enemy in the same hex as you. Oh, so with that in mind, this is shocking. But ultimately we need to get rid of this threat. Accuracy is only in ranged attack, and so shoot 3. Huh. This is true. Oh, this is not good. She's only going to be rolling 3 dice. Wow. This is a quandary. What do I do with the wounds? You know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep healing, and we're going to heal up with Erica. I think that's going to be the essential thing, certainly with one of my actions. So that's the wounds. Now we've got to reveal the actual hostile from the threat. So we immediately go over to here, and we'll notice there's 3 cards, and we take the top one. And we've got a shadow. And what you notice, which is a bit strange about this threat, it's got movement of 2. Its priorities are, if I zoom in a second, its priorities are Alvar, then the one with the least amount of will, and then the one with the highest standing. So these threats are going for Alvar. Let's read 191 and find out what's going on. A little bit of description. A ghostly apparition stands before you. Its gigantic misty form can only be a divine manifestation, or an evil one. Noiselessly, it begins to lumber forward before uttering these simple words, which you seem to sound only in the deepest depths of your skull. Move aside. The one you have poisoned is due to us. His journey will continue at our side. Nothing seems to stop this aberration. From another world, you all tremble and prepare for the worst. So, it's not your normal kind of enemy. Let's read a bit more about them. So they attack for 2. They have 3 defense. They move for 1. In the hero phase, when we all do our actions, if one of these is eliminated, if we eliminate this shadow, we read a passage. However, during the end phase, we lose 1 morale for each shadow located in Alvar's area. These are going after Alvar. They want to take him into their world, the underworld. And they said that we poisoned him, which is a bit strange. He's got Predator. That means our animals, our familiars, cannot attack the shadow. Okay, because it's the Predator. It's the top of the food chain. In this case. Right, that's interesting. So that was... Oh, this is the start of turn thing, wasn't it? And we got B. And there's one of those in terms of the... Here we go. Look at it. I love this mini, by the way. Have a look at this. Zoom in a second. Look at that. So cool. That's going to be amazing. Very cool. So we've got a bit of supernatural going on now, which is quite cool. Okay. Everything done. Start of turn. Right, Petrolia. Who will be going first? Now, Erica, I don't want to leave that space, but she's not great. I mean, she's only rolling 3 dice, and she's got to get 3 successes. I think Frody is... Unfortunately, I think Frody is the man to go and take this out, which is a bit disappointing because we kind of need wood. And also the shadow is... Oh no, he's got shoot 1, hasn't he, now? With his javelin. Okay, so I think if Frody moves to here, attacks this with a Valiance of 4 plus 1 is 5. That's not bad. To get 3... Yeah. Yeah, I like that idea. I think that's the way forward. So let's just refresh these. So let's stick with Frody for now. Okay. You don't have to, like, if you've got like a hero in the same hex as an enemy, you don't have to like roll off to see who you hit with a ranged attack. You just automatically hit them. Right, okay. Did I just do that? I think I did, yes. Okay. Right, what fate beholds us? Whoa, what just happened there? I'm not really sure. Yeah, and it looks like we're getting a common theme here with our actions. What are the orders? All of your companions look haggard. No one seems to realise the gravity of the situation, and all eyes now turn to the leader. Her decision will bring you out of this strange torpor. Will she bark orders to urge you to hurry, or will she reassure you? So, one of the following effects from the leader. Move as many nearby or adjacent active heroes of your choice, 1 area. Lose 1 per each, or just gain 2 morale. Wouldn't it make sense just to lose 2 morale? To gain 2 morale. Who is adjacent to Petronia? Well, considering there's no one in the same hex or adjacent to Petronia, she's definitely just going to gain 2 morale, which is cool. So we're on 14. We got morale for days. We are looking good. Which means if people are taken out and we lose morale through that way, we're not looking too bad for that. So we've got 14 morale. And not only that, you'll notice no end effect again. We have got A open, so we're going to be spawning one of these shadows in A at the end of the turn. And we only have 1 action. It lets we use food. Remember, we can use wounds instead of using food, so that could be... Ooh, don't want to do that. So that could be quite good. Okay. Frody, I've also just thought about his... As we've got morale for days, makes sense just to do this. It is a nearby hostile, but it reduces that. This is massive. Anyway, we're not going to be able to do that this particular turn. So now the question is, grand question is, do we move Petrolia into the same hex as Frody to get her to do it? She's got 2 Valiants. I mean, it's some wood. Oh, you can't, because Frody's I've chosen as the... that was a mistake. He's got 2 actions, unless I want to spend food. He needs to take out this shadow so that Erica can be freed up with 3 defense. So I have 2 actions. So I could move and attack. I think we need to use my last +1 action. No, I'm going to use a food. I'm going to use a food to get an extra action. So Frody's got 3 actions. His first action is going to be to lumber chop, which is 4 dice. And let's see how much wood the woodman chops. Ah, I thought it was going to be 4 then. 3, that's not bad. We need another one. Ah, that's good. That gives us an extra turn. If you have a look at this, we've got 4, 5, 6. Right, so that's the wood chopped. Then he's going to move for his second action to here, and then his final action is going to be to shoot him. So 3 defense, remember? We got 4 plus 1 with the shoot 1, so that's 5 dice to get 3 successes. This is massive. I can't tell you how massive this is. Oh, I'm actually quite worried about this. Oh, you beauty, Frody. He takes him out. What a legend. So that's 3 defense. He gets the 3. He gets 4, in fact. So, bye-bye, this ghostly apparition. Then, as it says here, in the heroes phase, read 202. Let's read 202 and see what's happening. As the shadow vanishes, you struggle to understand how your blades could have had any effect on such an entity. Then, with a flash of understanding, you realise that you have displayed courage, enough to dispel this creature who was supposed to inspire great fear. The loud clacking of crow breaks can be heard, while a voice made of tangles of screams and groans grows louder. 100 intonations are united in a single voice. I strike like lightning, your muscles stiffen and your throat tightens as my embrace closes around you. There is no more beautiful release than a sudden death when you wear my mask. A bloated face twisted into a scream that echoes and lasts forever. You feel the fatigue of your previous fight weighing down upon you. Your legs are numb, your fingers tense and painful. Blood from your lungs, battered by effort, rises in your throat. Despite the pain, you are still ready to fight. So discard this hostile card and reveal the next hostile card. So we get rid of this, and I'm just going to put it down here, and we reveal the next one. Okay, so what's happened? 3 attack, this time instead of 2. 3 defense, 1 movement. Again, in the hero's phase, if we eliminate this one of these shadows, we get 2, 3, 4. Now, in the end phase, we lose 2 morale per shadow in the area. It's still the same priorities. And you see this down here, this 2. This means it's effectively got 2 hit points. So you're going to have to kill it, destroy it twice to take it out. It's also Predator, again. It doesn't have Assault. That was a typo, I believe. We were told. This actually means that no matter what, it's going for Alvar. It's basically headlong straight to Alvar. And I think all the shadows are going to have that particular keyword. Okay? So not trying to take out one of your clan or whatever it might be. What else do we have to do? Heal Alvar marker 1 step forward. Ah, so this is actually helping us heal Alvar by defeating these shadows. That's quite important. Gain 1 morale again. Wow, we have got so much morale. I'm going to need to get another one. This is awesome. I've got enough tokens. So now we're on 15. 15 morale. That is ridiculous. I just need to use Frody's ability over again. Now, the next shadow is going to be deployed here, by the way. Anyway, Frody has done all of his actions. He's done well. He's a good man. He's done a grand job there. And the threat is gone. We are ready to move on. So who is next? Petrolia, Erica, or Yorick? I think I'm going to go with Petrolia next. She's going to pray in her first action. Hang on. Let me think before I headstrong ruin this. I'm thinking of praying to get this ability. No, I'm not. No, I'm not actually going to do that. I'm not going to spend an action to do that. She needs to do the bonfire. She needs to kind of give someone an extra action. Huh. I did. No, she's not even going to give an extra action. All she's going to do is move to the camp and light the bonfire. Even though Well, actually, you know what? Forget that. Forget that. What's the point? I lose 2 morale. I don't really care. I gotta be honest, I got so much morale, I don't really care about that. Now, I believe in the full game, in the real game, morale will be persistent, so depending on how much morale you have from the last scenario will kind of affect you in the next one. That might be the case. But for me, so I might as well pray. I will pray first to try and get the other one. It's 3 successes on 3 dice with wounds has extra successes. No, we're just trying to do it. 3 successes, 3 dice. Let's give it a go. See what happens. Oh, so close. So close, but no. Nope. And then we will second action move to here. Give Erica another action. Oh, is this a good move? Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Hopefully nothing gets spawned in B, or else she is in trouble. So gives Erica an extra action, so she's going to be rolling in with 3 actions. Let's go with Erica first. She's going to spend her first action to heal. So she's got heal 1. They said in the update, Sam said in the update, any ones that would normally have X is always a 1 in these particular scenarios. So that means she's going to roll 2 dice. I think that's what they said. Let me read the cheat sheet. Healer. Extra dice. And ignore blanks. Come on! 2 successes needed. I got 1. Okay, what's more important? Accuracy or shoot? 3. Accuracy, because I'm going to go hunting. Okay, not phenomenal. Second action will be to move. Third action will be to shoot. To hunt, sorry. So it's going to be, I've got accuracy back, so it's going to be 3 plus 1 is 4 dice. And these wild symbols, these snake symbols, will count as one exploding dice, which is very, very cool. Oh, I'll take that all day. 4 food. 1. An extra 3. We're on 6 food, guys. Erica is bossing this. 2. And 3 more of them. That was good. That was a good roll. I'm really happy with that. Let's remove the quarry token. Whoop. Awesome. Go down there. That's Erica finished. Then we got Yorick. Search area and adjacent area will affect choice. No need to do that. Oh, let's go. Let's send Yorick and see what's going on with K. So here's both movement points to get to here, and let's see what K is. So again, is it different? Oh, it doesn't matter, is it? There's no extra. There's no other different entries in the book. So K is 272. A crumbling wooden shack forms a mound of debris and tangled assorted objects. Some are broken, others have simply disintegrated under the onslaught of cold and the passage of time. Carefully, you clear away this tottering heap to gather up anything useful. Oh, this is good! A perception test. Right, excellent. Again, I forgot about that. So it's a difficulty 2 perception test. I believe Yorick has got a 3 in perception. Nice. 3 dice, 2 successes. It's still not a guarantee, to be fair. No, it's not at all. And that doesn't help him at all, does it? Nope. Alright. Oh, this is so important. Oh, you beauty! 2 successes. If you succeed, draw an item remains card. Else, nothing happens. Put into special action card number 4, search the ruins. Search the ruins. Here it is. Excuse me. Whoops. And as an action, an active hero in this area may perform the following action. By performing a a perception test. In case it's a draw and a remain. Oh, we can keep getting remains and more remain. That's very cool. Hang on, this wasn't an action, was it? Oh my, hang on, that can't be right. I wonder if we should flip this. I'm going to play it that we've literally just searched the ruins of this place, so I can't do it again now. This is the repair deck, remains deck, sorry, not repair deck. Grab one of these, and Yorick gets a makeshift bone axe, I believe that is. So look, so in melee, oh actually he can't use it. Only wild characters can use this. Denoted by that symbol of belief in the top right. So this says, for me at melee, this says it needs to be a wild character to use it, and then those turn into successes. So he ain't going to use that, and we haven't got any wild characters with us, so that's going to be pointless. So Yorick moved. Well, it didn't say it was an action. I don't know. You know what? Sod it. It doesn't say that that was an action in 272. So with that in mind, he's going to do it again. So 3 dice, needing 2 successes. Nice, Yorick. And now, what's next? Yeah, it's a protection, which he can use. So I'm just going to put that over it. So protection of a helmet, giving him an extra dice in defense, which could be really useful. Maybe. Maybe not in this. Now it is flipped. I have used it. Oh! Hang on. I think I've just ruined my... Oh, no, that's right. I'm not caring about the 2 morale from the bonfire. Okay. So that's the player phase over. We now do any threats. No threats on the board. So now we are going to spawn a greater threat on A. It won't activate because you do the spawn after the hostile's turn. No end effect, apart from we're going to lose 2 morale from the bonfire. Now we're down to 13. No end effect from this. This gets flipped. This gets flipped. That stays flipped. That's all done. No familiars out. Right, that's the end of that turn. Pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Okay. I can't see his... I don't know where else... right, okay. I was going to say, I don't know how we're going to get maximum on this, but I think it's from the last scenario. We could have gone to here instead of here, potentially. I think. Meaning that we could have got to this last place. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe something's going to happen when we read something. We'll see and find out. Okay, anyway. Round 4 of 7. So we're looking okay. The only problem is now, of course, the threat's here. And my guys are all over here. So as long as Erica moves to here, and then she can reveal with Otter and attack. Or can she? Yes, it doesn't say it's less threat, which is so strong. So strong. Right, who's going to be our leader? Not Erica, because we want Petrolia to give her an extra action, of course. So let's go with... I think I might just use Yorick and just get into search and just search and... yeah, sure, yeah. Let's go with Yorick. Okay. Right, what's our fate for this turn? Well, we're definitely seeing a theme with our actions, that's for sure. Bled dry. You're sick and wounded, can take no more. Continuing to advance seems to be beyond their strength. Oh no. Some are ready to give up and let themselves fall into unconsciousness to put an end to this nightmare. Every active hero who has at least 1 wound must perform a will test. If I fail, I get an additional wound. Oh, that's not good. So that's everybody. Oh no, that's painful. That is very, very painful. Right, okay. So let's start with Erica with 2 will. She's got to get, is it 1 success or 2? X. X is the number of wounds you suffered. Wow, okay, she's got 4. So I basically have to get 2 doubles. Nope, she suffers a wound. Let's carry on, keeping the healing effect. Petrolia needs to get 2 with 3. Yeah, 2 with 3. Good, she's fine. Frodia has to get 2 with 1 dice. No one's got support, you see. Nope. And Yorick has to get 2 with 1 as well. Nope. So these both take a wound. He can take 1. Let's get rid of combat. Oof, that's painful. Oh, that was not nice. Again, food can be used as extra actions or for Christian characters' wounds, but I don't know if I want to go down that route. Yorick, go on search. 3 dice, looking for a 2. Oh, man, he's so good. Flip that. Let's grab the next one. See what he gets. I think he can only carry 3 items, so this is the last one. He can use this in melee to get an extra dice. His next action... Yeah. His next action, because he's got 2 actions, remember, will be to try and look for this... to reveal this threat. So it's going to cost a 2. So he's got 3 perception. So he's got a good chance. Come on, Yorick. You beauty, Yorick. Excellent. So we're not going to get ambushed. It's 1. It would have been 2 wounds on the ambush. So that's good. And it's one of these, isn't it? So bring him forth. Now, that threat is only 2 away from Alvar. The good news is the movement is only 1. So at least there's that. Okay. That's Yorick done. Yes. Petrolia is going to go next. She is going to move... to D, I think. Yes, B is going to be spawned next. So let's move her to D, which means she will not get attacked. And she's going to try and heal herself. This could be a bad decision. No, it is the correct decision. Woohoo! We'll take it off authority. That's good. That's so good. That was needed. And she's going to give an extra action to, lo and behold, Erica. Oh, hang on. Hang on, we got Judder. Okay, sweet. Did I not use that +1 action? No, I used food, didn't I, instead? That's Petronia done. So let's go with Erica next. She's going to spend her first free action to try and heal. Come on. With support. Oh my god. Doing any test. I don't think a heal is a test, because it's not going against your stats. So unfortunately, that did nothing. And we're too far away, so we're going to have to move an attack. Oh, this is annoying. Really annoying. Because I haven't got shoot 3 or accuracy. She's going to heal again. Come on. Better. Right. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's what was needed. we're going to have to use the +1 action, definitely. She's going to do a movement action to Alvar's area. So she's done 3 actions now. So that's all of her actions that she was able to do. Then she's going to spend... as being a Christian, instead of spending food for the extra action, she's going to take a wound. I think there's method to this madness. And then she's going to spend the food, if I can, to deploy Ottar. Oh no! What am I talking about? I do get an extra dice. Is it worth it for the extra dice? Yes. Am I able to attack? No. I have to reveal a hostile. So no, that's silly. That doesn't make any sense. I could deploy it, but that's an action, and I'm not getting an attack. So I'm not doing that. I'm just literally going to do an attack. So Erica's going to attack this with 3 plus accuracy is 4, with the potential of exploding dice. This thing's got 3 defense, I think. The thing's got 3 defense, so I'm going to get 3 successes. Come on. There we go. She is so good. Bye-bye. That thing. Right. Cool. We now need to read 234. You delivered a significant blow to the ghost, but you feel that atmosphere is still thick. The walking curse is still around, somewhere. The crows are all flapping their wings to confirm it. Continue the effort. Move heel Alvar 1 step forward. So now, hopefully, you'll get the idea that, right, hang on a minute. Surely there's 1 more left. Gain 1 morale and discard this hostile and draw the next one. So we get another morale. So we're, not 2. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. So we've got 14 morale again, which is quite nice. We get rid of this card. And we draw the final one. So what we're looking at now, 4 attack, 4 defense, 2 movement, no 2 hit points this time. We lose 2 for every one in the area, and this time we got predator and evasive. So the idea that animals can't attack it, but we can evade it. And the fact that it literally goes straight to its target. 4 defense, 4 attack. That's nasty. Okay, that is nasty. No, I'm not gonna lie. We defeated that. Blah blah blah. Erica's now done. So I might as well. See, you go and chop wood. How much wood have we got? 6. 3 more turns. This one, this one, and this one. Yeah, there's no point getting more wood. Now, in a real game, there definitely would be a reason to go and get wood. Because you want to upgrade your camp, you'll need wood and resources to do that. So you would 100% take Frody to go and get some wood. In this case, however, he's going to go and help defend Alvar against this final threat, which will come up here. Or will he? Because what I was thinking is if he stays around here, the threat gets here. Now, Erica's going to be the scout next turn. Reveal the threat, attack it, see if she can take it out. If not, Frody's there to support. Yeah, no, 100%. 100% doing this. Second action, light the bonfire. I don't want to lose morale just for the sake of it, just in case something happens. I don't know. He's done, and that is the player phase over. No threats on the board, so we spawn on B as we knew before. Let's take out the random bag. Okay, end phase, we lose a morale. I'm not sure what just happened now. We flip. No, that stays. Oh, not that one. That's the one. What is going on with these? I'm not sure. Refresh. This is so cool. I love this scenario. Even after playing it quite a few times, I still enjoy playing it every single time. Take different characters. I'm trying the solo mode, even though I really wish we had the story arcs from the new bookmark. That would be awesome. Oh, hang on. Now I've literally just said that. The last story arc was... I'm trying to think. They did give an example one, which was 227. Oh, no, it's completely different. Oh, I've just read this. The example they give you is 2 options by following instructions below. Once one of them designated, read the thing. Begin construction of the forge, or begin construction of the refuge. And you do a vote. That's so cool. Oh, so that's a little bit... I missed that one, but that's a little bit of a hint. That's cool. Anyway, diverging. We've put the threat into B. We've lost the morale. We're on to the next round, which is turn 5. We are going to give... Who are we going to give the scout to again? Petrolia. No, I can't. Erica, sorry. Is that right? Give it to Erica. Yes, we're giving it to Erica. Okay. A premonition. Faced with a stranger who is ever more menacing, the most pious among you decides to meditate and to look around you for a sign, however small, that would allow you to find the strength to continue. Players controlling the hero with the highest will and the lowest rank apply one of the following effects. Look at the next fate card. You may then put this card at the bottom of the fate deck, or cancel the end effect. Whoa, lose 3 morale. Well, actually, we've got loads of morale, so I'm going to certainly do the first one. Yeah, sod it. So we'll just look at the next fate deck. I am the player, controlling all the heroes, so I get to decide. So let's have a look, see what it is. 2 actions. Okay, this is amazing. That's staying. That is staying. 2 actions and everything else. It is a may, isn't it? You may then put this card at the bottom of the fate deck. I don't wish to. We get 2 actions each, which means we get 3 actions each. Amazing. We think we only have to destroy this character, I believe, because we are 1 step away from healing Alvar. We are looking really strong, so let's try and finish this scenario next. Starting with Erica. Come on, Erica. She's going to do a deploy her familiar otter into this area. It is reliant upon me revealing this threat. That is not a guarantee. So it's 3 dice, getting 2 successes. This is essential. Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, the dice gods have been with me this particular round. This would have been another 2 damage ambush. Let's get the hostile into there. And she is 1, 2, 3 away in a clear sight. So she's going to ping her arrows with 3, 4, 5 dice. With 1 reroll from Frothy's support. And also exploding dice with a snake. Oh, wow. Not great. This means I get to roll another dice. Let's do that first. Oh, this is terrible. I've got to get 4 successes. Impossible. I can't do it. I can re-roll 1 more dice. Nope. Absolute shocking. So the free attack from that didn't work. She still has 2 actions remaining, however, and I still get 5 dice in attack. So 2 more attacks to try and get 4 successes. Come on. Boom. Absolutely destroyed it. 4 there with an exploding dice and a reroll. Let's do the exploding dice. Let's do the reroll. So we got 5 successes. That's enough to destroy this character. What happens next? So it says read 280. It's got to be good, right? The ghost vanishes forever in a scream. The crows are still there. They're waiting. Alvar utters a rant of relief. Could his ills have disappeared along with those messengers of the dead, sorry. Remove all threats and hostiles from the board. There are none. Heal Alvar 1 step forward. So, moving it 1 step forward, moves it onto this marker, which is 123. So let's read 123. You cast suspicious glances at your own brothers in arms. The ghosts have been dispelled, but some of their words still disturb you. The one who poisoned. Alvar was poisoned. Who poisoned him? When was he poisoned? How was he poisoned? The snap of their beaks, louder than ever. The ebony silhouettes of the birds sway with the branches on which they're resting, swayed by a strong north wind. When an empire is to fall, the attacker is careful not to attack its wall, but destroy it from the inside, Alvar says, as he painfully gets up. Your leader is up again. He's looking at each of you with a clear and deep gaze. But let's not let the venom of suspicion threaten our clan. Those creatures could have said anything to make us bend. What you have learned, brothers, he finally said. What have you learned, brothers? Sorry. If find your clan objective marker is in the dark square, 256, else 121. You'll notice we're in the first dark square. There are 2 dark squares on this objective. So we're reading 256. Oops. 256. The crows take flight and disappear. Amidst the winds of a growing anarchy rises he who dares. With his conquering axe, Alvar strikes the stone on which he has taken up position. All eyes are fixed upon him. All mouths are closed. Hela! I narrowly escaped your embrace of death. From the depths of my bed, tortured by fevers and nightmares, I could do nothing but observe the ravages that the gods rain down upon our clan. Are we alone down here, left to ourselves? Have they turned their benevolent gaze away from our fleet? Is this punishment for having trodden these lands? I know your minds are occupied with these fears. They haunt us and weaken us. Thus, I, Alvar, return to you, saved from a pernicious evil, from a dark substance which coursed through my veins. Fate has given me this final opportunity. Now is not the time for panic, for crows and worms. I will not pardon any sign of rebellion. Our numbers do not permit it. Let us stand together in the face of these trials. Let us rebuild this camp and make it our haven. And let us go and seek out those for whom we have fought so hard in these treacherous waters and cursed lands. To arms, my brothers. So he gains the hero card, Alvar the Conqueror. So over on the board over here are 2 special abilities, or upgrade abilities if you like, for Alvar. We want Conqueror. Here it is. So Alvar will be having this card when you... Whoa, I didn't want to do that. I really didn't want to do that. Let's zoom out a second and do that. So basically, you'll notice on Alvar, he's now got an upgrade or an additional ability. So leading by example, his standard ability, but now he has another free action, which will give Alvar basically a free dice. So every turn, once per turn, he can get an extra dice for 1 morale. Pretty amazing. Read 230. Conclusion. After enduring these violent skirmishes against the living, and what seemed to be the spirits of the dead themselves, silence fell again on this devastated camp. Fatigue wearies your aching muscles, but there is no question of giving in to despair and idleness. They are but the vile scouts of certain death. The scattered beams and planks planted in the clay and soil depict real carnage. Some of them, however, are still in good condition and lead you to believe that it would be possible to rebuild the camp. As you slowly begin the necessary preparations for this initiative, you take a worried look at the edge of the dark forest that borders the area. In this, the realm of the messengers of chaos, who are hiding deep in these woods at the end of the worlds. Your predecessors must have fled in that direction. Or have they all perished? Did those filthy natives capture them to satisfy some need for blasphemous sacrifices? If the questions seem unanswered, one thing is for certain. When the wind whistles between the trees, one could swear to hear in the hollow of its whistles, cries of distress coming straight from the forest. To be continued in Hell, the Last Saga. So that finishes this. Hey, Ball Game Dungeon, just come at the end. That finishes our playthrough of Scenario 2, and ultimately the demo saga song of Hell, the Last Saga. Playing it solo, I mean, it could have been dice rolls, to be honest. I think maybe more than anything, and the fact I kind of knew some different things, like where to chop the wood, the fact that we needed to get Alvar right in the centre as soon as we could, although that kind of tells you here as part of the objective. But having the 4 characters and having that extra action for each, I think probably made it easier via solo. Now, obviously it changed up resources and everything. I was quite lucky with the cards I drew, I feel, because my morale just wasn't going down at all. This is a good set of 4 characters, I'll tell you that. That really worked well. Erica's just so good. So good. She was literally just taking all the threats out. Non-stop. Petronia's really good at giving that extra action to characters. Frody is a solid fighter. Not as good as Dreng, but a solid fighter all the same. That would be the only upgrade. Would if you didn't take Dreng in Scenario 1, Dreng would be a fantastic character to take instead of Frody. Yorick was good. He would go around, good perception, which really mattered for that. And completely forgot about that, to be honest. I knew this was Valiance, but I didn't know that was perception. I completely forgot about that. Plenty of hunting, plenty of food, enabled us to send our Otto around. And look at what we've got still in we've got 5 food, 4 wood, and 13 morale with a +1 extra action. We still had an extra action we could have used. Pretty awesome. The only thing we didn't do, which I should have done, is before I gave it to Erica, let's do this actually, because I think this will be quite important. As a free action, you can pass items to people nearby. So Frody was here when Erica took her turn. Before she started shooting, she read this parchment, which was 138. The only Christian to accompany the first expedition was Father Burdo. Now, if you've watched my discussion about this game on a previous video, I talk about Father Burdo a lot, and I think he's mentioned a lot in the Kickstarter updates. I think he's going to be a very prominent figure. Captured at a very young age on the western coast, he had become the old scholar whom everyone consulted for his knowledge of legends and distant worlds. King Hakon could no longer do without him, much to the displeasure of the elders of the clan. It was he who had written these few lines on what looked like a page torn out of a manuscript. The Lord seems to have turned his eyes away from this world. Here reigns the beast. He contemplates us before feeding on our souls. The eyes of his lackeys watch us from the sky. They harass us relentlessly, so that we abandon all hope. The Nortmani have plunged into the valley of shadows. I fled to find and bring the light and draw the attention of the Almighty. Perhaps you can glean more pages that will shed light on what may have traumatized the old man. Ah! Idiot! So, this is how you get the clan marking. Moving on. Achieve this trophy on your clan dashboard. That's amazing! So, I basically should have done that. So perhaps I didn't get the javelin from last. No, I think I did, and that's why it's there. So basically, this would be kept for next time. And we actually maxed out in the scenario. So it's the best we could have done for this song. The way I played it. I didn't lose any characters in the first scenario. I don't think. Oh no, well, actually, it's not the best I could have done because I lost the first scenario the first time around, and then I had to redo it. But I really like the fact that we had to do that because it showed that mechanic of how you redo a scenario. Awesome. Awesome. So cool. So we got like this one page torn from this Father Burdo. Burdo? Was it? Father Burdo? Yeah, Father Burdo. Oh, so cool. I can't wait. Oh, I just can't wait for this game. there we go. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Scenario 2 of Hell the Last Saga, the demo song on Tabletop Simulator. Completely free. Anyone can download it. Just make sure you go to the workshop, subscribe to those two songs, scenarios, and then open it up. And you can play with up to 4 players on all of them. And you can even try it solo, like I did. Okay, thanks for watching. If you want to see any more live playthroughs of different games, be sure to subscribe. Do comment on this video. Let me know what you think of the playthrough of Hell. What are you excited for? What bits of Hell are you most excited for? What do you want to? Any ideas about what's going to happen to the game and how the story's going to change? What are your ideas and what do you think is going to happen? Okay, thanks for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.